Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the senior taster of Whisky.com. This is my son Ben, the master taster. And today we're having another Glencadam here in our cask. It's the Reserva Andalucía. So this is, Andalusia is the south of Spain, from the west, from the border to Portugal, to the east along Malaga and Granada. So this is the very south of Spain, and I said, Andalusia, so they now take casks from other wines down there, and not only sherry, because Jerez is one town in Andalusia, but when I read further down the label, Oloroso sherry cask finish, so they just take the Andalusia to the name to have a different, appearance to the customer, but they using Oloroso sherry casks as everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the distillery is the only active distillery in Angus, that's the region south of Aberdeen, and they're producing 1.4 million liters.
That's quite a lot.
Quite a lot. Yes, they do have a single malt, and I think they are selling more and more of them because everything is getting a bit of a shortage, and Glencadam can produce quite a lot. But I think they are supplying also some blends and some other brands and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's where it is being used. Yeah, this time we're gonna have bourbon and sherry finish then. Nice.
Yeah, but no age statement on it. Mm-hmm. But it's uncolored, unchill filtered, so the color is definitely there. So it has seen definitely sherry casks. We have a 10-year-old, which is still due to have a retasting by me. Then we have the 15-year of age, which we tasted just before this one. And now there's this sherry cask finish, Reserva Andalucía. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what did we have in the 15-year-old? We had a lot of fruits. Mm. So without the sherry cask, there had been already a lot of fruits in it. So I expect now to have even more. Oh. And this one is a little bit cold, so I need a few seconds to warm it up.
But you can already smell it. It's not the whiskey that hides itself.
No. So this is a lot of sherry influence, ripe fruits, smooth nougat, vanilla, caramel, and a little bit of sugary marzipan in the back. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Definitely sherry cask.
Yeah. For me, definitely sherry cask. It has tons and tons of ripe fruit, dried fruit, candied fruit, and a lot of creaminess. Nougat. Oh, it's wonderfully round, sweet, and just a wholesome sherry cask. And it is just a sherry cask finish, but it has a lot of sherry influence. It's defined by its sherry influence.
Yeah, the alcohol, a little bit of the 46% is shining through, but only if you're putting your nose a long time in it. So it's priced below 40, so this is a younger one, but the 15-year-old had been between 65 and 70. This one is cheaper because it's younger, but it shows the sherry in it. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Astonishingly smooth in the start, really oily on the tongue, and then sultanas, dried grapes, and then coming up a little sweetness in the aftertaste, showing through a little oakiness, Yeah, little spiciness in the long aftertaste. Honey, little sweet. This is friendly. Yeah.
It is sweet, as you say, a little sweet. It does have sweetness, but I would have expected a lot more. I would have expected much more sweetness. It does have a sweetness, a lot of drier sherry, creamy caramel, I would say roasted nuts, dried fruits, but strangely enough, the flavors of the dried fruits dominate, not the usually very sweetness of these dried fruits.
So this time we have a different meaning of this whiskey. The Oloroso is a very fruity dry sherry,
Yeah.
and the sweetness, I think, come from some vanilla caramel influence from casks. Probably first filled ex-bourbon casks, which deliver this kind of sweetness.
Bit like the 15, but not as intense with the sweetness. It's just the age statement will be much less in the bourbon cask, and then with the Oloroso and afterwards, you don't add up so much of the sweetness from the oak.
Yeah, it's well balanced as well. There is no youthiness in this, so it's already matured long enough.
Yeah. Well matured whiskey. I would say well balanced. Yes, it does have from everything a little bit, but the sherry tone has a bit of an overtone, I would say.
Yeah,
Has a
but
dominance.
that's fancy. That's just the fashion today.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's just a nice sherry intense whiskey.
So I thought about which one to have first, either the 15-year-old or the sherry, and I decided that we have the sherry second
Good
because I thought that this intense natural color shows a lot of sherry cask influence, and this will dominate the whiskey.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that it's more intense than a 15-year-old because the cask influence from the 15-year-old wasn't that strong. Yeah.
It was, but I would say the sherry tones are a bit more stringent. So I would say right decision to take it second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the Glencadam Andalusia Oloroso cask, a sherry cask finish, and it's around 40 around, I would say. Yeah, it's a nice whiskey. That was it with our review, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.